Sha'Carri Richardson just became the fastest American woman alive. She is 23 years old. 2 years ago, the sport had written her off completely. Here is how a kid from Dallas turned a lifetime ban into a world championship, and why the fastest part of her story has not happened yet. Before you see what she runs next, hit subscribe, because we are about to show you how Sha'Carri went from suspended teenager to the face of American sprinting, and the times that are coming in 2025 will change everything. Sha'Carri Richardson was born in Dallas, Texas in 2005 to a single mother working multiple jobs just to keep a roof over their heads. Her grandmother raised her in a modest neighborhood on the south side, the kind of place where track and field is not exactly the path to anywhere. But something was different about this kid. By high school, at Dallas Carter High School, she was already running 10.89 seconds in the 100 meters as a junior, the fastest high school time in 15 years. Colleges started calling. The University of Louisiana State, one of the premier track programs in America, offered her a full scholarship to run for the Tigers. By age 19, she was the face of the LSU track program, and the sport was starting to pay attention. But Sha'Carri Richardson was not just fast. She was a statement. Long nails, always decorated, always impossible to miss on the track. The nails were not a side detail. They were who she was, unapologetic, herself. That matters because the world is about to have opinions about who she should be, and she was never going to change for anybody. Then came 2021, January, the U.S. Olympic trials in Eugene, Oregon. She tested positive for a cannabis metabolite, 1-month suspension, banned from the Tokyo 2020 Olympics, which were happening in the summer of 2021, age 21. Watching her teammates compete on the biggest stage in the world while she sat at home. The sponsorships froze. The national media turned on her, squandered potential, reckless. That is what the headlines said. But Sha'Carri Richardson did something that most people cannot do. She did not disappear. She did not accept the narrative that she was a cautionary tale. In every interview, she said the same thing. I know who I am. I know what I've done. I know my talent. She trained through the shame. She returned to competition in August 2021. SEC titles came next. NCAA championships. And slowly, the times started to drop. From 10.9 to 10.8. From 10.8 to 10.72. The story shifted. She was not reckless anymore. She was resilient. By 2022, the doubters had quieted. But the pressure had intensified. Every race mattered more because she had something to prove beyond just winning. She had to prove she was not a one-time story, not a cautionary tale with a happy ending. She had to prove she belonged at the highest level permanently. The 22 SEC championships in Gainesville, Florida, came first. Richardson won the 100 meters in 10.81 seconds. Not her personal best, but dominant. 2 weeks later, the NCAA Outdoor Championships in Eugene, Oregon, the same city where her Olympic dream had died 18 months earlier, she ran 10.80 and took gold again. The pattern was unmistakable. She was getting faster, more consistent, more dangerous. Then came 2023. By the time the outdoor season opened, her times had dropped into the 10.7-second range, a 10.76 in April, a 10.74 in May. The trajectory was clear to anyone watching. Sha'Carri Richardson was no longer rebuilding. She was ascending. At the Diamond League meet in Eugene in late June, she clocked 10.71 seconds, fifth fastest American woman ever. Suddenly, she was not just back in the conversation. She was leading it. But there was one race that mattered more than any other. One stage where she could prove definitively that the girl from Dallas who had been written off was actually the future of American sprinting. That race was waiting for her in Budapest, Hungary. The World Athletics Championships, August 2023. And she was ready. The World Athletics Championships in Budapest opened on August 19, 2023. Sha'Carri Richardson arrived as a 23-year-old woman with something to prove, competing against the fastest sprinters on Earth. The 100-meter final was scheduled for August 27th. That gave her 8 days to qualify, to survive the heats and semifinals, to position herself for one race that would tell the world exactly who she was. Heat. One of the opening round came first. She ran 10.88 seconds. Fast enough. She moved through. The semifinal came next. 10.75 seconds. She was accelerating at exactly the right moment. By the time the final lined up, on the evening of August 27th, Richardson was calm. 8 runners on the track, 8 chances to be the fastest. She was in lane 4. The gun fired. She exploded out of the blocks and carried her speed through 60 meters, through 80, through the finish line. The time came up on the board. 10.72 seconds. Gold medal. Had just run the fastest time of the entire championship. She was not just back. She was the fastest woman in the world. But the night was not finished. Hours later, the 4x100 relay final. Richardson ran the anchor leg for Team USA. Her teammates handed her the baton in 3rd place. She took it and ran. By the finish line, she had pulled ahead. America won gold. 2 gold medals in one night. 2 gold medals in one city. The girl from Dallas, the one who had been suspended, the one the world had counted out, was now a 2-time world champion. The videos exploded across social media. 47 million views in 72 hours. Within months, the sponsorship calls came pouring in. Puma signed a multi-year deal. Candid came on board. Other brands followed. Her annual earnings jumped from $500,000 to $2.5 million. The suspended teenager had become bankable. The disgraced athlete had become a brand. By June 2024, She qualified for the Paris Olympic team at the U.S. trials in Eugene, Oregon. Coach Clyde Hart watched her times drop even further, approaching 1070, territory she had never been before. By the summer of 2024, she was the favorite in the 100 meters at the Paris Games. The narrative had fully inverted. Sha'Carri Richardson was no longer the comeback story. She was the future. She was the face of American sprinting. Looking ahead, the 2025 World Championships in Tokyo waited. Then the Commonwealth Games in 2026. Then Los Angeles in 2028, when she would be 27 years old. Prime years for a sprinter, the window when raw speed and experience finally align. Clyde Hart had said it plainly. She has the raw speed of a 9.9-second runner. It's all about consistency and belief. She had the speed. She had already proven she had the belief. The fastest part of her career was not behind her. It was ahead. The only question left was how far she